Hello everyone, welcome to another SQL tutorial. This is a continuation video on the MySQL WHERE clause. In our previous tutorial, we looked at using operators in the WHERE clause. Here is a link to that video. In this video, we'll be looking at how to use between, like, and in operators with the WHERE clause. With that being said, let's dive in. So next, we'll be looking at how to use the between operator. So between can be used to give a certain range of values. So for example, I can say I want to see patients with systolic values that falls between the range of 100 to 150, or patients systolic values that falls between the range of 80 to 120. So between episodes to give range, a certain range when specifying our condition. So let's write a SQL query. Select all columns from the name of your table. Well, okay, where are systolic. Okay, this time around let's use diastolic since we'll be using systolic for our example. Where are diastolic is between. So you can see the syntax. So where you specify the column name, then between okay, so you can see the syntax. You between 90 and let's say 110. So let's go ahead and run this. So you can see our diastolic values, they don't have values that are below 90 because we requested for values just from 90 to 110. So if you look at all our values are just between 90 and 110. So we have 90, 100, a lot of 90 and 100s, and the list goes on. So if you go through the list, you see that 90 is the lowest value, while 110 is going to be the highest value. So between helps you to, specify your range of values in your condition. So we also have the in. So let's talk about the in first. So I also have the in operator to specify multiple possible values for a column. So for between we can just specify two values that you want the range of values between. But in we can, using the in operator, we can specify what are those values we want. So we can say select all columns from cardio data where diastolic in. So we are going to put in our in operator here, and we are going to add a open and closing bracket that is going to contain those are conditions we want. So we want values that are in 90, add a comma, 100, add a comma. Okay, diastolic values are usually lower values, so let's pick lower values. So let's say 50, 60, 70, 80. So you can see these are the values we'll be using. So you can see the difference between using an in and a between. So for an in, you can specify those values you want, but with between, you just give a range. So let's go ahead and run this. So you see our script ran very well. So our diastolic values are just within those items we specified within our in um, clause. So you can see we have 80, 90, 70, 100, and the list goes on. So those values, those that records that will be returned to us are just patients that their diastolic values falls within this number. So that's the difference between using a between and an in. So with in, you can give specific values you want the range you want to get. Why for between, you just specify two values, a high and a low, which you want the range of values to come from. So okay, so next we'll be looking at the like operator. In SQL, the like operator is used to search for a pattern in a column. To accomplish this, it uses something that is called a wildcard. So the wildcard is used as a placeholder for some other values, and there are two wildcards that you can use with the like operator. So these are the wildcards. We have the percent, and we also have the underscore wildcard. So this percent wildcard will match 0, 1, or more characters in a text, while the underscore wildcard matches a single character in a text. So I'll be showing you how we can use both wildcards. So let me comment this out. So what I technically wrote here is want to select only the cholesterol columns from the cardio data where cholesterol um has a test that ends with the word GH. So you can see we have value like very high and high, because very high ends with GH, contains I which ends with GH, and we have I that ends with GH also. So this wildcard here is used to like replace all the text or all the characters before this GH word. So we're technically saying, okay, we have other words here, but I'm looking for words that ends with GH, having other words before it. So you can either put your wildcard before or at the back. So it depends on what you are looking for. So for example, if I want to look for just text that ends with very high, I don't want I to be included, I can say okay, let's look for values that begins with VER and adds other words at the back of it. So let's go ahead and run this. So you see it just returns very high for us without returning I, because I does not contain very. So we only have very high containing VER at the beginning of each test. So that's how we use percent the percent wildcard. Then for the underscore wildcard, just like I said previously, this wildcard matches just a single character. So for example, we'll be using our cholesterol also, cholesterol column. Where, so just like I said, the underscore wildcard just matches a single value. So we can just say where our cholesterol value is like underscore. So if we go ahead and run this, let's put a semicolon here. So you can see it gives us values containing I, because it's just going to go ahead and go through all the rows or records and look for values that begins with H, and just you can just fill in a single word between G and H. So in case we had other values that contains should I say HOGH or HUGH or something else, it's still also going to identify those values for us, because you can just, those values also contain just one letter between H and GH. So it just fills, it can just go ahead and fill in just only one letter in between. So that's the difference between using the percent wildcard and the underscore wildcard. So let's just go ahead and recap what we've learned today. We learned how we can use the where clause, and we said the where clause is used to filter records. It's used to extract only those records that fulfill a specified condition. And we talked about different operators that we can use. How we can use the equal sign, using with text and with integers or numerical values. And we talked about how we'll use other operators like the greater than sign, lesser than sign, greater than and equals to sign, the not equals to sign. We said we can either use the exclamation mark and equals, or we can use the lesser than and the greater than sign, that it works same way. Then we look at other operators like using the between, that it's used in specifying a range of values we want to search for. or wants it to meet a certain condition between ranges of value. Then we talked about the in operator, and we say for the in operator, it allows you to specify multiple values in a where clause, and it makes it easier and quicker to specify multiple conditions. Then we also talked about using the like clause or operator, and we say the like operator can be used in the where clause to search for patterns in text or in a column. So that brings us to the end of our today's session. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get first-hand information when I upload a new video. Also, like and share this video so that we can get to a broader audience. Remember to drop your comments and questions in the comment section. I'll be replying to everyone's questions. Thank you.